Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to the newly improved Double Advantage. It is really weird still, and I'm not used to it, but holy shit, a D&D podcast, not anymore, technically, a D&D show where we have no idea what's going on at any given moment, but it's complete and utter chaos, and we love it. And I'm your Dungeon Master, John, and it's weird to be seeing these beautiful faces right here, but let's go ahead and get these beautiful faces introduced, starting with the one and only Mr. Blazing Torchic.
Hello everyone, my name is Blazing Torchic, and in this D&D campaign, I play Melon Sakado, the male wood elf rogue. He is of the soul knife archetype. He runs around, he apparates his knives, he goes stabby stab, and he does lots of cool things. He can speak in your brain, and he has now a pet wolf, Quellen.
Ah, good old Quellen. If you've missed it, go check out the last 31 episodes of this beautiful show. I can say show now, officially. Well, I guess the first 31 episodes are not a show, but it's fine. Also, sorry to the podcast listeners, nothing has changed for you.
Yeah.
So, it's cool. But up next, we have BryceKrispie.
What's going on, guys? BryceKrispie94 here, and I play Volstagg the Forgotten, the half-orc druid. You'll find me wild shaping into all sorts of critters, as well as casting some pretty sick spells to do some damage. Other than that, we just learned a little bit about my backstory. Excited to explore that when we get out of this godforsaken area.
Yeah, and go check out, you definitely got to check the most recent episodes out. Lots of stuff happened, especially because shout out to Renny, Texas, for one, being the artist of the show, but helping us and leading us into this next chapter. But the other artists of the show, Carl Uber and Mitch Ninja, go check them all out. Links are in the description. Without them, none of this would be possible. And go ahead and also support our friend Datsunami, who used to play Araya Scald, down below, because the return is imminent. Anyway, I think that's it. Sorry for the long break. Things just happened.
Life happened.
Especially for me. But we're back, and we're here to continue the story where it left off. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into episode 32 of Double Advantage. In the last episode, our intrepid adventurers, Volstagg and Sakado, had to unfortunately put an end to their new acquaintance, Chris Farley Amadeus, who was using them in order to kill few, but still harness the power that he needed in order to fulfill a debt he had owed. Put him in the ground, literally, as the ground absorbed him, and went on their way to help these myconids, these mushroom of fungus-like people who spoke to them telepathically through these spores that clung to their temples. Told them that they were grateful for saving them, or at least saving 2 out of the 3 of them. And the myconids Ulor and Ovi offered to take you to their home in Cicerius known as the Lumen Grove, a luxurious place of bioluminescent mushrooms that provided sustenance for the people and also protection from the outside world. Upon traveling for a few miles and I think a few days, if I remember correctly, as it has been quite some time, you eventually made your way to this beautiful land, so unique in contrast to the surrounding area where the rock was purple and gray and it was just nothing for miles and just tunnel upon tunnel for as far as the eye could see, until you eventually reached this wide open area and you saw the rushing of water, the bioluminescent moss covering the ground, and these larger than normal lumen moths that floated by through the air, leaving you in awe and shock. Sakado, I remember one landing on your ear and you swatted it away, as they just fluttered and floated by, living peacefully with the people of this land. As you were presented with a sight of towering mushrooms, as far as you could see, the ceilings in here almost 1,200 feet tall. these mushrooms 500, 600, 700 feet tall, and these connecting bridges between buildings that were built into the bases and structures of these gigantic mushrooms. And you could see people walking around, people not too different, but varying in different colors, other fellow myconids. And as Ovi leads you through, he says, "Welcome to the Lumen Grove."
Well, thank you for bringing us here. So what should we do now, Volstagg?
It's a good question. I'd like to find a place to rest. Still a little shaken up from that whole experience. We should definitely check on Quillen.
Yes, we have practitioners who can aid to your canine, if you would allow us to do so.
Yes, but by all means, do. I just want him to be okay.
Yes. And he goes ahead and he walks, and you can see that there is a cluster of myconids, all kind of varying in shape, size, some thicker and broader like Ulor, and some skinnier like Ovi. A variety of different features of all kinds. Some have heads like your stereotypical mushroom that are rounded. Some have more spiked up or little strands that spew up. All different forms and colors, ranging from browns and vibrant reds and purples and greens. And the mushrooms themselves, the actual lumen mushrooms that grow, are beautiful in these almost neon piercing colors that light up the entire area. Greens, purples, blues. They're beautiful. And you see as Ovi walks over to this group, and you can see their hands moving, all of them, but you don't hear anything, as the connection is purely from one mind to another, and you can't hear because they don't actually speak anything. And you watch as that group comes over, and Ovi looks to you, Sakudo, and says, "Would you be okay if they take him for recovery?"
Yes, sure.
All right. And they kind of gesture their hand over to that group. They go ahead and they pick him up carefully. You could see Quellen's a little distraught, but kind of understanding the situation allows for it to be taken. And you watch as Quellen is taken to a little side area, kind of in the base of a mushroom, with a door that swings open and then closes. And Ovi says, "If you would wish, we would be honored for you to meet our sovereign."
Of course. We'd
Yes.
very much like to meet your sovereign.
Yes, of course. Well, right this way. Ulor is going to take Yida to the burial grounds, so they will not be joining us. But I will assist you in taking you to our sovereign. And begins to walk, and you watch as, holding Yida in the bride position, kind of takes his very spirally root hand, just gently waves with a head nod as Obi takes you through. And as you walk through, there's not very many people here. This is a community of about 60 to 70 people, so it's quite big. It's about the size of like a village or so. In Sakudo, you would know very well. It's a little bit smaller than Kalsang, but it gives off that same vibe of everybody kind of working together, carrying, lifting things. You can see they have these mechanisms where they're pulling on a rope and bringing stuff up to the higher levels of the mushrooms. There's probably 5 to 6 stories just going up. You can see the spiral ladders going through these kind of bridges held together by what looks like rope at first glance, but it seems to be mushroom stalk and stem that is just bounded together very tightly. And the planks that they walk on seem to also be made, it seems like everything here is made in some shape or form out of the mushroom in the surrounding area. As you walk by, you can see this. You can see the plethora of lumen moths just kind of chilling about, kind of perching up like birds would on like a lamppost or something. They kind of just sit there and they just kind of watch the area. And as you're walking through Volstagg, you actually are kind of not really paying too much attention, but you bump into something and you look down and you can see this relatively big, kind of like the size of Quellen, this toad covered in these bioluminescent mushrooms, and kind of looks up at you and tilts your head and kind of just continues to hop forward, just walking around.
Oh, we're traveling with Uvi, right?
Ovi, yes.
Ovi, yeah. Ovi,
Yes.
what the hell is that?
Oh, that's a baby bloom toad.
That's a baby.
Oh, yes, wait until you see the adults.
Do I want to see the adults?
Well, I guess that's up to your own personal preference. You're a man of nature, so maybe it would pique your interest to see them.
It would. I haven't flashback. I just ate a man as a toad, so
Oh,
having
that's
little flashbacks.
That's peculiar.
Yeah.
Is that an everyday occurrence?
No.
Well, that's good. I know you did cut off somebody's finger earlier, so you had me worried for a moment.
That is for research purposes.
Yes. And I'm sure our sovereign could provide you with any of the research material components you may need or deem necessary. Right this way. And kind of walks through, and there is like this... I don't know how to describe it without saying what it is. It's basically an elevator. But with these different contraptions and ropes and levers, they lead you in. And there is another one there, another myconid, with kind of these yellow, the yellow bioluminescent mushrooms that growing on them, kind of pulls this lever, and after a few seconds, you slowly begin to make your way up each level. And you are looking around, and as you begin to get higher and higher in the mechanism, you begin to see everything. And you can see that all of Caesarius is mushroom, as far as you can see. But the only inhabited place is the Lumen Grove. Eventually, you can see where the grove stops. There's walls and fencing and barricades that kind of encapsulate the entirety of this village. But the rest of the world out there is the same. It's all mushroom. But they only have kept this portion to themselves. And you are currently traveling up what appeared to be the biggest mushroom growing, probably about 700 feet tall. The actual base of it is akin to those giant redwood trees, just massive. And it is this beautiful yellow color that is just lighting up. It's almost blinding because of how close you are to it. And as you reach the top, Ovi says, "Give me one moment to make contact with the Sovereign. If you could wait here for just but a few moments, that would be excellent."
Of course.
And you watch as they proceed onwards past these doors that open up and then close. And you can see standing at guard on two sides, or on each side of the double doors, are these extremely built myconids, just muscular as can be, and their arms are currently just hanging down to the side. But at the end, which you've seen with your journeys with the myconids, that they can kind of transform and elongate their body and just kind of shape with the roots. And you've seen the arms extend and change, but these ones do not have hands. These myconids do not have hands at the ends. They are these pointed, spiked, almost blade-like, but spear-like, I guess is what you could akin it to. No fists, just blades, just holding guard, keeping an eye on the two of you.
I'm just gonna give a little wave to them.
You watch as they kind of lift their pointed hand and just give you kind of like the salute.
Well, they seem
Well,
friendly.
they're certainly polite.
So as you wait, what do the two of you do?
Probably just gonna take in the sight. We're really high up right now, right?
Yeah, you're probably about, so you look up and you can see the actual like top of the mushroom. You can see the
Okay.
underneath part, and it's kind of got these you know how they're kind of lined in the underneath part, kind of giving a texture to them. That's about 100 feet up.
Okay.
So you give or take, if you like with a rough estimate, you probably, and with observant, you probably guess you're around 650 feet up
Okay.
right now, and you can see everything just for miles and miles. You can see the running water and all of the moths just kind of going through the air.
So is this like room built into the stem of the mushroom or built around the stem of the mushroom?
So right now you are on like the outside rim of it, like like a
Okay.
disc around the stem.
Okay.
But you watched Ovi, the doors opened into the stem.
Into it. Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, you right now are kind of treehouse-esque right now.
Right.
Just kind of, you can feel like these hard planks of, I guess, mushroom-like wood or wood-like mushroom that is keeping you stable on the ground. And as you're taking it all in, Ovi comes out and says, well, actually, he would come out and then put his hands together, and the spores will come out of their head onto yours, and they will say, the Sovereign will meet you now. Please,
Okay.
right this way. And you walk through the doors, and as they open, you can see this rather, what you would have expected maybe a bit more regal. It's a rather mundane, almost casual interior. Nothing much in terms of maybe furniture or rugs. It's very environmental. It's very, like, everything here is made in some shape or form out of fungus. So you can see, you know, a couple lounge chairs where the backs where wood would be is made out of fungus, and the cushions, so to speak, are the lumen moss to give an elegant yet not so elegant design. Some people may call it dirty looking, but it's natural. You can see that there is a desk and a chair all made out of mushroom, and it's interesting to see because it's all glowing. And you can see sitting down, legs crossed, this slightly taller than Ovi, but nothing too crazy, a rather lengthy myconid with the circular type of mushroom top head. The colors, this is the first time that you've seen on a myconid multiple colors. You've seen, you know, Ovi, I believe, had, I want to say red. I don't really remember, but only one color really,
down.
maybe different shades. But with this myconid, there are a plethora of shades, and the actual mushrooms kind of grow, and they seem to change color with the shift of their movement. And you watch as they stand up to greet you. These are very tall creatures, so about a 7 foot tall, maybe 7'5" myconid puts their hands together, and you watch as more spores come out and connect to the two of your temples. And they begin to speak. My name is Sovereign Orasil. Ovi here has made me aware of your deeds to my people, and for that, I am extremely thankful.
The pleasure is ours, Sovereign. We're glad we could help.
I thank you for allowing Yida to be buried here with her people, their people. It will allow a new generation to flourish off of their body. And the cycle will continue thanks to you.
I'm glad you can find such peace in the death.
It is with life that death occurs. The cycle would not be complete if it not were for death.
Those are very true words, Sovereign.
I've heard you are a man of the woods yourself, and appreciate the land that at least you dwell in, maybe not so similar to ours.
It is a bit different down here, but nature's always been a part of my life, and I'll kind of druid craft a fungus in my hand.
And you watch as they, they don't have facial structures, but if a myconid could smile, there would be a smile, and you watch as they hold out their hand, and from it grows a flower. In kind, and hands it over to you.
I'll accept it, and I'll hand him my mushroom.
They grab it, and is it bioluminescent or is it regular?
No, I'd say it was more like a morel, like something that Volstagg would see.
Okay, so it's like a surface world mushroom.
Yes.
Not as vibrant as maybe the ones here, but still.
Yeah, they
beautiful.
don't grow like that up there.
I believe they have no need to grow up there like this, but they are beautiful nonetheless. Goes ahead and places it gently on the table, and begins to sit, and you can see that there are 2 chairs, and the Sovereign sits down and says, "Please, sit down."
Right.
Well,
Take a seat.
I have already thanked you for your service to us, and for that we are grateful. As a thank you, I would like to... We don't possess the currency that surface dwellers use, but... And goes ahead, and you watch as from the Sovereign's hand, there's these like mushrooms kind of growing out that kind of begin to expand, and they begin to coil, and you watch as they coil up into this circular disc-like shape, and it begins to extend, and it starts to go closer to you, Volstagg. And as it forms the circle, it breaks from the Sovereign's body and lands gingerly in front of you. And it looks almost like it's kind of twisted and braided almost. And the Sovereign says, "This, if you ever shall need it, will allow you to make contact with me wherever you are. As a thank you for your services, if we may be of any service to you at any point in your life, you may use this to contact me, and I may respond."
I grab it. Thank you. This is quite fantastic. How
Yes.
did you... I'm just kind of like baffled almost that like he created a thing that can contact him from anywhere.
It is a nature of the spores we possess. Without the spores, we would not be able to communicate not only to outsiders, but to ourselves. And this takes a little bit of my essence to do so, which is why this is one of the only times I've ever done this. But it is now for you. But it is still a part of me, which allows you to contact me, but only I.
We will use it sparingly and only if we need.
Yes.
I thank you. And I'll just go ahead and put it in my bag.
Oh, this is important. I'm terribly sorry. In order to use it, you must place it on... It must make contact with your temples. So,
Noted.
if ever need, make sure to wear it on your head. So, unfortunately, I wish that I could say that favors were done. But if you have spare time, and I have heard your canine is in our recovery, if you have time and are able and willing, I have a proposition for the 2 of you.
Well, let's hear it.
Obviously, you came into contact with our scouts, Ovi, Ulor, Yida. The reason we have to send scouts out in the first place is because of the Duragar, which I've been made aware you've brushed with on occasion.
Yeah.
They are not physically capable of entering the Lumen Grove. The bioluminescence causes their skin great damage. So they may not cross the barrier, but they can dwell on the outskirts and wait for us to leave. We may not stay here all the time, and now we almost feel as if we are trapped. We've sent scouts, and we have found an outpost where they have been residing for quite some time. If you may take them out on our behalf, we will be forever grateful, even more so than we currently are.
Of course, we can investigate. And do you want us to take them out, or would it be okay if we maybe tried to convince them of peace?
Us, Myconids, usually resort to peace. It is how we have lived down here for so long, free from genocide and torture. Not usually do we resort to violence, but our people have been hurt, have been scarred. I don't know if you're aware, but the Duragar, they wish to consume us for sustenance. We are yet but another meal to them. And whilst we do not wish to kill them directly, if you see it best fit to do so, I will not tell you no. If you feel it is your right to protect them as well, you may convince them to leave. But I believe they may not do that.
Well, it's an option we'll give them, but if they choose death, then they choose death.
And it is an option you may use at your convenience. I know that you have dispatched a couple before already, but if you do not intend to do that once more, I understand. And I don't feel comfortable sending the two of you out to handle such a thing on your own, especially if you do not know where this outpost resides. So, I've decided to give you our best. The Shadow Stalker will guide you and assist you in anything you may need, whether it be diplomatic or in combat. They're a skilled warrior, skilled scouter, skilled fighter, one of our best. So, you will meet with them shortly, and you may deduce whether or not to head out today, tonight, any other day if you need rest. I understand you've been through quite a bit. I can sense the heaviness of your hearts. But at your convenience.
Yes, if we could meet them, then we could discuss with them what they would like to do. A short rest might not be the worst thing, and then head out after that.
Of course. Well, we can set you up in the infirmary with your canine, so that way you can still see him. We will provide you with anything you may need. Otherwise, I hope you like mushrooms. It's the only food you'll eat for quite some time. But we do have water and the necessary requirements.
I have a recipe for a very mean mushroom stew, though
Do
I
you
don't
now?
know if all the herbs would be found down here.
Well, you may give it a try. The mushrooms, well, honestly, I'm not sure the effect they have on surface dwellers.
Well, I guess we may find that out, should we get hungry.
Well, it may be a fun experiment. Also, the reason I have given you this assignment, so to speak, I don't like using that term. I know that you are conducting some form of research, so maybe
Yes.
gathering some Duragar matter, so to speak, may be helpful. And the part of the reason I gave you that and points to the I guess the wreath would be the right word.
That's what I wrote down.
Yeah, exactly, wreath. You may use that as your sample from us. Removing but a piece will not inhibit the process that it works, so no need to worry on that. But do you have any other questions for me before you take your rest?
I don't believe I do. Sakado?
Yes, actually, I have. This might seem a bit confusing. You said something earlier. You don't really contact outsiders. Would you mind dropping the spores around my head real quick? I want to test something.
They're gone.
Okay. And I will try and form psychic whispers with what's his name? Orison.
Orisa? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you go ahead and you, kind of similar to them, the red wisps of psychic energy kind of formulate around your head and shoot out towards the Sovereign and contact to where you think their temples may be. And you feel like you have established a link.
So how often does this happen?
Now, there's definitely... You can see emotion because of the eyes. There's an eyebrow raiser. If there were eyebrows, there would be. The eyes cock up, you get it. But you can sense a smirk. That is some neat trick you have there.
Yes, it seemed quite similar to your spores, so I was wondering if there was a connection of sorts.
Are you asking if you're half myconid? Is that what you're proposing?
Oh, no, I doubt I'm half myconid. But I was just wondering if there was a similarity between how they worked.
Well, it's definitely not spores for you. I can visibly see that. But yes, I would be lying to you if I didn't say that the energy is similar. Yes. But as far as that goes, the limitations, I have no idea. We are not the only creatures who can telepathically communicate. But there is a striking resemblance, yes.
Okay, that's interesting.
And Volstagg, you can't hear any of this.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there twiddling my thumbs, checking out the wreath.
It's beautiful. It has taken the form of kind of like his color scheme. Their color scheme, excuse me. Their color scheme, that yellowish color, but then it shifts, it changes, kind of like how Aurasil does. And when you touch it, it changes to green. And when you let go of it, it goes back to kind of this shifting, kind of pulsing light that emanates. And kind of looks back at you, Sakuro, and kind of nods, and the spores connect back to you, connect back to Volstagg. Anything else I may assist you with?
No, I believe that's any questions I had.
Well, so be it. I will make contact with the Shadow Stalker and have them meet you at the infirmary. If you have any questions, feel free to meet me. And kind of nods and kind of goes back to whatever they were doing before you entered. You are escorted out, and you don't see Ovi anywhere, presumably about his business, their business. And you make your way back to the infirmary. With Volstagg, your observant feet, you're able to make it back easily. Open the door, and Sakura, you can see lying down in this bed of moss. Quellen has these wrappings around the one of his legs, and he is currently just kind of laying there, and his head perks up as you walk through the door.
Hello there, buddy. How are you doing? I'll just give him a good old belly scratch.
He's extremely happy and just glad to see you. Over these last few days, there was a quick bond that had formed just overall, especially with you making a mental connection, causing for a bond to form more easily between the two of you. And you can see as the person, the Myconid, who was attending to Quellen, these spores shoot out and connect to you, and you hear a voice. I hope it is okay. We needed to bandage the leg. It was getting infected.
Thank you. Any help is greatly appreciated, of course.
He should make a fine recovery. The lumen moss has healing properties, so just kind of laying in this bed is enough to slowly heal over time. I give it but a few days before it's flushed out of the body.
Well, that's great.
Are the two of you injured to any degree? Do you need medical assistance?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I think I'm fine.
Okay. Well, I'm finishing up setting sleeping arrangements for the two of you. If there is anything in particular you request, just let me know.
Thank you, but I'm sure just a bed will be fine. I don't plan on sleeping much. I'd like to get a few hours in and then set off on our quest.
Sounds good. And kind of just goes back, kind of getting together some stuff. Looks to be kind of preparing like a balm of some kind of mission, like mortar and pestle, grinding some moss together, a little bit of water and some other things, just kind of like potion making materials, and just goes on to their business. So if you would wish, the two of you do get a short rest, which I think a short rest restores Volstagg's wild shapes.
Yes.
I don't know if it restores anything for Sakura.
No, long rest for psychic whispers.
Okay. But you can, if you guys are low on HP, you can restore with hit dice if you would like to. If you guys are good, that's also cool.
Wait,
but
how long is this short rest?
I believe it's an hour.
Okay.
I believe a short rest is an hour. Let me double check that.
At least an hour, yeah.
All right, let's
According
see.
to the...
Right, it's an hour, right?
Yeah, according to the D&D Beyond sheet, it says at least an hour long.
Okay. So yeah, you take an hour to rest, and you hear a knock at the door eventually, and it slowly begins to open, and you can see this individual, kind of tall, on the lengthier side, or the lankier side, but muscular in a weird sense, like a very skinny muscle. Annabelle, would you like to introduce your character?
Yes. Okay. So I am the skin is very dark. I don't know, do you want me to describe myself or hey, what's up?
Yeah, describe your appearance and then you can get into...
Okay. So yeah, the skin is very dark, almost like a gray-green, and then they have a very large cap that goes over what would be eyes. That's a more lighter green, and from underneath the cap, there's more of like a it's the bioluminescence. It glows out from underneath, and there's a very big gash on the side of the cap, just coming out, and there's like little mushrooms, bioluminescent mushrooms growing out on the top. A Yikoa attached to the hip, a cape, and just kind of like a presence, like definitely like a big presence. And then I walk in and say, "Hello, my name is Noki. I am known as the Shadow Stalker. I've been assigned to accompany you on your journeys."
Well, you certainly seem like you've seen your fair share of battle.
Absolutely. Oh, yes. I am a scout for the Sovereign, and I have been sent on many a mission out to defend our land.
Well, I hope you're ready for some revenge then.
Oh, you know it.
And as you walk in, Noki, you see a canine. You don't know the type of which, but you have, through readings and the very minimal experience you have of surface world creatures, it's kind of a shock to you.
Okay.
So you've made that connection, and it kind of scares you for a moment, as it's not something you're used to.
I just like hand on my hilt, and I'm just like, "What is that?"
At ease, it's fine. He means no harm. He's our friend.
All right, I'll trust you. Trust you.
Okay. So, do you wish to head out now? Do you wish to get more rest? What is your plan?
Noki, you know the way, yes?
Of course.
Okay. Well,
Another way, right?
Yeah, you do.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, you're good.
well, I believe Sakado and I have everything we need. If you'd like to show us the way, and we can set off.
Of course. If there's anything else you need, please just let me know, and we can go handle that. But if you guys are ready to go now, that's fine by me.
I believe we're good, unless you know of any supplies we may need. Not sure if Duergar are weak to anything specific.
Okay.
Go ahead. Actually, you know what? Make a history check.
Me or her?
Both of you.
Okay.
Why not?
I was like,
Because you brought it up.
Just
So
petting quality.
I got the 9.
okay.
I rolled a 19, so
Okay. All right. You would know, obviously, that the bioluminescence of the mushrooms causes them great pain to the point where their skin starts to bubble and burn. But to weaponize that, you would have to be very unique about it. Obviously, you know that when you've beat up your fair share in self-defense, and you're unlike most of the other Myconids, and you like to brawl a little bit, but you know that when you punch one in the face, your fist making connection with their skin causes bubbling. So weaponry made out of the mushrooms would cause a fair bit more damage than normal, but the time it would take to make weaponry for them you're looking at a couple of days just to make weaponry.
I relay the information and just sort of, it would take a while if you wanted to implement that our sort of science, whatever, to your attacks. I know for me, it's natural, all natural, but for you, it'd take a while.
Well, we handled ourselves pretty well against the last lot we faced, so I'm not too worried about it.
All right, let's go kick some dwarf ass.
Yeah, I like this.
All right.
All right. So you go ahead and you usher them out of the buildings. or the mushroom stalk, and you take them over to akin to what the two of you surface dwellers would know as like stables of some kind. And Noki, you go ahead and you open these doors, and inside you see these gargantuan frog creatures. And Ovi was not kidding. These are mountable sized frogs with saddles ready to go, the bioluminescent mushrooms growing on them, and they're kind of just sitting there kind of with these almost grumpy natural faces, the eyes glowing with bioluminescence as well. And there's 3 of them. There is one glowing with blue, there's one glowing with purple, and there's one glowing with green. Take your pick.
I'll take.
Well,
the
these are
green one.
very big.
Yes.
I'll take the purple.
That leaves blue. So you hop on the gloom toads. They are about as big in terms of height as like a horse, but it's still the body length of a frog, so it's pretty wide. I guess maybe the best comparison would be like a slightly stouter elephant in terms of the wideness of it. But it's basically just a giant frog that you can ride for the mind's sake. And you begin to saddle up, and Noki, you begin to lead the way. So I would like you to make a survival check. If somebody wants to assist, I will give advantage, even though you don't necessarily know this area too well. I feel like you guys traversed enough to understand.
Yeah, I can assist.
All right, so go ahead and do survival with advantage.
Oh, that was a 5.
Ew.
And that was a 3.
Oh boy.
What do you have in your survival?
Let me check. Survival is gonna be +3. That's gonna be an 8.
Okay, still pretty bad. You go ahead.
I don't like these dice. I left all my dice at my dorm, so all I have are these tiny
Yeah,
dice.
those are
are
small dice.
Super tiny.
Yeah,
They're
they're small.
tiny.
Word.
Those are the small ones. So you
Oh,
go ahead
yeah.
and you set off, and whether it be just you're used to traveling alone. You're used to being in your own, just on your own,
zone.
in your own zone, and you feel like not that they're messing with your vibe or anything. It's just not something you don't know how to work in a group very well, and their presence is just off-putting to the point where, and you don't typically use the gloom toads for travel. You have your own means of getting around in the Underdark. But for this scenario, you need to guide them. And you guys are kind of basically hopping to and from over the valleys of moss and water. You can see the lumen moths kind of floating through as you guys jump in the air, land back down, kind of splash in the water. It's beautiful. It's unlike literally anything you've ever seen and probably will ever see. It feels like there is a sun around you, but it's just because of how much light is being provided. You can't even see the rocky top of this like cave-like existence because the mushrooms form this layer that just makes it seem like you're in daylight. And at a certain point, Noki, you realize you don't necessarily know where you are right now.
Okay.
You're a little distracted from everything that's going on, and as you're traversing through, you realize that you're not seeing the markings of going in the right direction that you would be used to. Something is off, but you don't know what it is.
Okay. That's weird. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I don't normally traverse by the gloom toads. Damn it. Can I make? I don't see anything in like the distance or anything. There's just nothing.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
See what you can see.
Come on, baby. Oh, great. Okay, that's at 18.
Okay, with an 18, you begin to look around, and whilst nothing gives you the idea, like of which way to go, you kind of understand where you are. So with that kind of getting your bearings and understanding, I'll let you make another survival check to see if you can figure out which direction is the right direction.
Okay. That's good. Okay, that's much better. The 15 plus... Excuse me, sorry. Plus 3. 15 plus 3 is 18.
18. Okay. As you're kind of turning around, kind of trying to understand, you kind of close your eyes and plant your feet firmly in the ground. And you guys watch as Noki's feet that are flush to the ground kind of begin to dig into the dirt or the moss and kind of begins to root in. And the color begins to kind of pulse through, the vibrancy kind of begins to flush through her body. And as you just connect yourself to the grove, just for but a moment, you understand where to go. You kind of can now envision it in your brain, like the grove itself gave you a clearer visual on what to do.
Gotcha. Okay. As I kind of like come out of it, I'm like, okay. I give thanks to the grove and then hop back onto the toad.
Okay.
And kind of like give like a motion, like, come on.
Okay.
That's a neat trick.
Would be
Yeah.
useful.
Very useful. Comes in handy when you get lost, even although I don't get lost too often. I do sometimes, which unfortunate, but as long as I have the grove, I will be fine.
It happens
I'm
to
sure.
the best of us.
It really does. But I am the best of us, so.
Damn straight, I guess. And they just take off on the toad, begin to follow through. And with that, with the 18, you begin to travel for a little bit. On the toads, it's about a 4-hour journey. At this point, you don't even know what the time is out there, what day it is on the surface world, or what time it is on the surface world. You've kind of lost all perception of time, so to speak. But after about a couple of hours, you begin to see where the mushrooms suddenly don't end, but the color seems to be gone. The mushrooms, whilst they're still very tall, now have a gray, monotoned color. No light seems to be emanating from them. But you're not close to the edge of the grove. And this is even surprising for Noki.
Well, that's not good.
Are they dead or just not colorful?
Can I go up to a stalk and like put my hand on it?
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Medicine check. Ooh. Okay. Wait. Can't see these numbers. Oh my gosh. Medicine check. That's gonna be a 13.
13. You go ahead and you put your hand flush to the stalk, and almost immediately you touch it and it's ice cold. And you try to make a connection, and you guys watch as Noki's fingertips try to curl into the mushroom like how their feet did, and they won't go. And you sense that there is no life in this mushroom.
It's dead.
Oh, well,
I'm
that's
getting the
good.
sense that they don't typically die very easily.
No. I mean, our houses are made out of this
Yeah.
material. This shouldn't be happening.
Can I do a nature check to see if I can sense any sort of like ailment or blight that might have afflicted these
Yeah.
mushrooms?
Go for it.
Okay. Rolling the dice.
Nice.
Oh, that's gonna be a 5.
Yeah. You go ahead and you try to plant your feet in the ground, hoping and praying that maybe your body will merge with the soil. But nothing happens. And
Just like
Yeah, you're just sitting there holding it, waiting for it, like, come on, Grove, give me something. And nothing comes to you, and just off the top of your head, not thinking too deep about it, you don't sense anything, but you assume something is wrong, if that makes sense, right? You can't sense any blight, but it does not make sense to you why they would naturally just be dying.
Right.
I'm gonna pat Volstagg on the back, like, it's okay.
I tried.
Yeah, it's the attempt that matters.
Can I walk up to the dead mushroom and kind of like try and scrape some of it?
Okay, you go ahead and you take out maybe like a cheese knife or something and just start kind of peeling it off. And it peels off like wood bark.
Okay.
Very thick. And as you kind of peel it off, it just crumbles like chalk. Just smoke. And just like ash, I guess, in theory. But it just powders off the second so like as you're carving through it and it's still attached, it's fine. But the second it loses connection to the original stock, it just dusts.
It's very dry. Well, how near to the Duergar camp are we? Do you know?
Do I know?
As you say that, you hear the sounds of a dwarven language off in the distance. With your observant feet, you deduce about 50 feet away.
I cast Pass Without a Trace as soon as I hear them speaking.
All right. Do any of you? Well, you don't speak a language because you just can telepathically communicate.
I know Elvish.
Yeah, but you can because of the way myconids work. If you make a telepathic link, you can talk no matter what the language is.
Oh, okay.
So what that means is you just know how to read Elvish.
I see.
And understand it if it's spoken to you out loud. But I don't know if anybody speaks Dwarvish. Does anybody speak Dwarvish?
Would they know if I made a connection with them? The dwarves?
Yes.
Even with Pass Without a Trace?
Well, that's just a stealth-based thing.
Okay,
that's
that's
not...
Yeah.
Hmm.
Also, I'm assuming we need to make stealth checks whenever he gets done getting hugged.
A session has been interrupted by a random hug attack.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
He failed the con saving throw. He
did.
must depart.
It's so cool getting able to like use dice, and I feel like comfortable using dice because we're on cam
Love
now.
dice.
And I've only got a single D8.
Oh my gosh, really? What do you guys use then?
I have to use D&D Beyond.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's what we normally all
Yeah.
use, but like, I've been collecting my dice.
The collection, yes.
I need to
The
start
collection
getting
too.
some dice.
I have my
I'm just-
giant purple D20.
Ooh.
I've converted this man, bro. He used to be a Pokemon TCG card opener, and now he
I have a.
freaking got all these minis and shit.
Oh, that is a nice dice.
It's a metal one.
Ooh, yes, that's
Ooh.
what I'm using.
Right now,
Wreck
I'm
my
Yeah,
desk.
they're really cool.
rocking my my Loki dice. They're green and gold.
They're bone dice. They're green bones.
They're green
They
bones.
do look good. Mine are also green and gold.
Yeah. Oh, but yours are
Loki dice,
metal.
yeah.
These are cool.
Yes,
All right.
These are the Volstagg dice.
Nice.
Where did we leave off? Sorry.
Cast Pass Without a Trace. I was just about to ask if we needed to make a stealth check.
Yes, I would. Well, right now you're good. If you're gonna get closer, then I would require a stealth check.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So right now you're fine.
Um,
But
do the voices sound like they're getting closer to us?
no,
Okay. Do they
Not.
sound like they're getting farther away?
no.
Okay. So they're just kind of...
Chilling.
And you said they're roughly 50 feet away?
Roughly about 50, I would say.
Okay. I think we should ditch the toads for now.
I agree.
That would be the best idea, yes.
And
You can go
proceed
ahead
with
and-
caution.
You can hitch them up to some of the the luminescent ones that are not so frail, because the toads are relatively strong. You've witnessed it firsthand. They could crush a person. So they could just rip away from the chalky mushroom without any issues whatsoever. So you can tie them up and then proceed with what you want to do.
Shall we?
Yes.
Yes.
Go check them out.
Cautiously.
Okay.
Cautiously, of course.
Stealth check. But you all have a +10 on top of your regular pluses to shit. Yeah.
If I
Okay.
roll a nothing, I'll be fine.
Sakado literally has rolled a 40 for stealth because of this.
27.
Nice.
With a 3, I get 24.
Yep. That's about right.
With a 3?
Yep.
Yes.
That's crazy.
He's
I
cracked,
have
bro.
a +11 base modifier and then the +10.
So he has a
Wow.
+20. He has a +21 to
That's
stealth with this
insane.
crap.
Yeah.
Max I
Pass
can
without a
get
trace makes him like
40.
invisible.
Invisible.
Yeah, I'm just like gone. But this time, not so much.
I got a 27.
Okay.
Oh, I was beaten in stealth.
I mean,
This is rare.
you rolled a 3, bro. What do you
You're right.
expect?
Yeah.
I rolled a 10.
I rolled a 3 and I'm still only 3 back.
All right.
That's crazy.
So you go ahead, very stealthily, even rolling you pretty bad with a 3, but with all it's nothing to you. You easily are able to stealth with Noki kind of at the lead, and eventually you guys come to this area with rocks kind of jutting out from the floor, and this is what you see. So let me go ahead and bada bing, bada boom, share my screen with you, but I have to like actually open it. This is fun, guys. Sorry, technical difficulties, face cam and everything, but it's fine. All right, so right now that's all you see. Bada bing, bada boom. This is what you're looking at. So, you guys, I'll have you guys position yourself. You guys are over here on this side. So, this is what it looks like. You guys came from this area right here, and you can see all these rocks jutting out from the ground, and these picket fence structures kind of leaving this area. You can see the mushrooms and the water just being about. So, let me go ahead and
This map is so cool.
where do all of you wish to be? So we'll go ahead and we'll start with Sakado. And let's get you your red. Alrighty. Sorry guys, I could have done this in the beginning, but you guys want to watch me do this? I know you guys do. It's the viewer's pleasure because you have a visual
Exactly.
now.
It's like the
Behind the
placement of
scenes.
the pieces.
Yeah, I mean it's not really behind. That came out gray for some reason, or that came out brown for some reason.
That is
I don't know
very
why.
brown.
I'll fix it, I guess. I don't know why that happened.
It's close enough.
Fill with brown.
If you're colorblind.
Maybe I am colorblind. I don't know. Let's hope that that's not how that's gonna go forever. Okay, now we'll go with make Volstags real quick, like, because you know this is what we have to do sometimes when you don't prepare fully in time. So you guys can go ahead and deduce what you want to do as I'm fixing this up here.
Yeah, I'm looking at my spells and my stuffs.
I don't have any spells, so I'll just plot my course.
What? You don't have spells?
Wait, no, I have Disguise Self. The most useful spell.
Yeah, technically you have. I forget you have
Oh.
a spell. I always forget that because you're.
I
pretty
do.
good.
yeah,
Spells
I guess
For
you do.
some reason.
You have spells? Oh yeah,
do,
because
'cause
of
I'm-
your subclass.
yeah.
Your subclass. Yeah. All right. What color? And you're blue, right?
Me?
Noki. Yeah.
Sure.
I think that's what we deduced, but I don't remember. You could change that at any moment, I guess. All right. Fill up and make it blue because for some reason it doesn't stay blue. All right. So where would you all like to be in position here on this side?
I'd probably be hiding behind the rock closest to the entrance of the picket fence.
Right there.
Yeah, right about there.
All right. Put you right there. Volstagg, where would you like to be?
The rock behind Sakado.
The rock behind. This one or this
Yeah.
one?
That one. That one.
This one?
Yes.
All right. Right there or right here?
Um,
Maybe right there. That way you can be
that'd be
behind
right
it.
there.
Because I think if you were right there, you would be behind it. All right, Noki,
And then I'll go to the other rock behind.
right here.
So,
Yeah,
All right.
how are your rocks gonna look like my 3D printed rock, like perfectly?
they really do.
Oh man. All right. So that is where you guys are positioned. And over here, what you guys see, let me zoom out just a tad, is the rest of the outpost. You can see a couple of tents, a couple of fire pits. It looks to be over here in these top corners some armor racks, some weapon racks. You can see a forge here with an anvil and a table, which looks to be like there is a Durgar in the middle of making what looks like working on a hot metal, fire red piece of metal, maybe a shield of some kind. So let me go ahead and get those all together. I'll make them like gray. So as I do this, what do each of you wish to do?
Do we see the Duergar?
Yes.
You're showing them. Okay.
I'm gonna show them. There's about 6 of them as of right now
About 6 of them.
that
okay.
you can visibly see.
Okay.
Maybe I'll just make them brown. That'll make it easier, actually.
And can we talk to Noki? Can we talk to each other right now with her spores, or just to her?
Does it say specifically what the spores range is? How long the spores go for?
I don't know.
Okay. I think it's 30 feet, and you guys are 5,
Yeah,
10,
I
15,
don't
20,
see
30.
it.
Yeah, well, maybe actually 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. So Volstagg would be out of range right now.
Okay,
but-
so I can't talk.
But Sakado could talk to Noki, and Noki can talk to Sakado.
And Sakado, while this is all happening, is going to do his psychic whispers by expending a die, which I very rarely do.
Yeah, but you've been casting it for a while, and you guys haven't actually. This is like the first time you guys have long rested, huh? Or short rested, huh? I don't think we don't short rest very often. No, we did it once before with
Once.
the rust monster egg.
Is it
That's good.
John? Is it rapid spores?
What
That's
is
the
it?
communicate. It's affected creatures can communicate telepathically with one another while they are within 30 feet of each other.
Okay, so
Effect lasts for 1 hour.
yeah, so you would be doing it because it's not an expendable thing. You just do it all the time.
Oh, okay.
So you would be good, but Volstagg's out of range right now.
Okay.
So that would be the
Yeah, so I've
only
just
problem.
Bombed both of them.
Okay, so now you guys can talk to Sakado individually, but I still think Noki and Volstagg can't talk to each other, but you can at least now relay to Sakado what you
Yeah,
want to
no.
say. Because before you couldn't even talk to Sakado and you couldn't talk to Noki, so it's better now for you, I guess.
Right.
I'm the link.
I'm gonna to Sakado in my head. Sakado, I think I can snuff out their campfires, but I don't know if that's the best call.
I mean, I assume they can see in the dark. It would certainly startle them. I think the best idea would be to lure some of them over in between all of us, and then we kind of jump them.
I can possibly do that as well.
Yeah, we just need to make, like, a sound or something. Like, just get their attention.
I think I can handle that. Make sure it's okay with Noki before I do.
Oh, yeah. And I'll just relay the plan to Noki, see if they're okay with it.
Sure. I have minor illusion as a cantrip as well, so I can also make a distraction if need be. I also have darkness.
That's true.
If you want to implement that, up to you guys.
We'll save that for if
For
we
later?
really need to escape.
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I'm just going to start kind of chirping like a small bird.
Okay. Go ahead. Are you making the sound yourself?
Yeah, using Druidcraft to
Druid-
make it.
okay.
So
Okay. So yeah,
I don't know. Create a tiny.
You can create a tiny sound. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I just didn't know if it was like. Yeah, I think it comes from me. Directly. So.
All right.
So yeah, they just kind of imitate, like a small sparrow chirp.
Okay, it emanates out from you, and
Yes.
go ahead. Let's see. Trying to think. Go ahead and make a performance check to see if you can get their attention with it. Because this isn't really a performance check to see how well the bird sounds. It's a bird,
Right.
but it's to see if you can perform it loud enough for them to hear it.
Okay, I got a 13.
13. Okay, that's pretty good. You get the blacksmith's attention and the two right here at this campfire. All of them, you watch as their heads kind of peek and turn. And this one right here begins to move across this way, kind of around the rock to there. These two, you watch as kind of step forward up here this way. And this one gets behind the rock, and you can see draws a crossbow and is kind of holding it out in that area, trying to see what's going on. So, what is your next step in the plan?
I'll just say to Noki in the brain. The wolf. Do you think you'd be able to do an illusion of that? Maybe.
Of your dog?
Yeah.
I think so.
How
Should
far
be
does
able
it?
to.
How far does it go?
30 feet.
30 feet. So you could get it 5, 10, 15.
Is he within
20,
a 5-foot cube?
30. So wait, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You could put it right here.
And also
Or right here.
Try and put it in between all of us, so we can all just converge on them.
You could
if
put
they
it.
come over and check.
You could put it in one of these 3 spots.
Probably in between, like right at the opening of the gate, and that one right there, yeah.
Okay, right here. So I will go ahead and
Make a dog.
make a dog right here, and I will just put that there. So it's not a person, but actually I just make it a different color, make it easier. Okay, so you have put the illusion of Quellen right there, and the second you do so, this dwarf back here fires an arrow at it.
Oh.
It just goes through because there's nothing there technically.
Yeah.
But it stays up, right? Or if it takes quote unquote damage.
No, the only way it will be the only way it'll go away if I make it go away, or if they make a investigation check, and if they pass my DC, then they discern that it's an illusion, and then it kind of fades.
Okay, so that dwarf fired into the Quellen illusion, and nothing happened, and now there is some interest. So this one will go up, this one will go up. These ones all now are curious and are going to peek up through this way. Come that way like that. And so what's the DC?
It's my spell DC, which is... I don't know. I've never done a monk with spells before.
What? Okay, that's fine. But what is the actual modifier that I'm looking for? Is it wisdom? Is it?
Oh, it's perception.
It's a perception
Investigation.
check.
Sorry, investigation check. I'm sorry.
It's an investigation check. Okay, got it. All right. So this first one that walked up, I doubt your I doubt your spell save is 6.
Probably not.
So he is clueless. And the second one, okay, now we're drawing a fine line because now I need to know what it is. So I will just take a look at it. Because right now he rolled an 11. So let's see, spells. Your spell your spell save DC is
Where do you see that?
I don't actually know because
Right?
you're
It
a
doesn't
monk.
say.
You're a monk with spells. So I
Where does...
don't know how that
Increase your
works.
Spell save DC.
It doesn't say.
Right?
Yeah,
Against
like
your
mine says save
spells.
DC 18.
Huh? What is
Yours
your
is just
spell?
kind of like not there.
I'll say. I mean, it's usually 8 plus your proficiency plus something, right?
Yeah.
So
something like that.
8 plus your proficiency is 3. So that's 11. He rolled an 11. So if he ties, does he save?
I think if you tie, you save.
Okay, so that means he understands it's an illusion.
And it starts to fade.
So it slowly is. So Sakura, you see that it is slowly starting to fade, and one of the Duragar is confused, and the other one understands that this is an illusion. And you could see that there's some visible confusion, and then in a language that none of you understand, there's some screaming, but not like screaming, but like some yelling to the back line here as they kind of turn and are conversing with one another. And I'm going to need you guys to roll initiative. So they know something's up, but they don't know what is up.
20. Not a nat 20, but 20.
Okay.
17.
All right.
I got a nat 20.
Oh, shit.
I'm
Okay.
going last out of us.
Hey, man, monks. Okay.
23.
It's the magic
No,
of the real
24.
die.
Okay, so...
It really, yeah, for real. I mean, it either fucks you or does it doesn't, but you never know.
Okay, so we got... It's Noki, then Volstagg, then Sakudo in terms of just you guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is this the first time I've been last in our initiative order?
Probably.
It might be.
yeah.
Sorry.
Maybe when Kay was around. But I don't know, because Kay's was
I
pretty
don't know.
high.
Case
Okay.
was. But I
So-
still don't think he was last.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah, no.
last.
It was me, druidically last.
Yeah. So there's 2 different colors here. One you could tell is a dark gray dwarf. The other ones are also dark gray dwarves, but they kind of have... I don't know how to explain this. Their features are sharper, not as dull. They're like very heavy chin lines, more pointy noses, kind of like almost pointy ears. So I'm gonna roll them initiative separately because there's 3 and 3, instead of having to roll initiative for 6, because that sucks. So for the pink ones, or the ones that are colored pink, oh, they're going last. Okay. And then the brown ones, which are just the less sharpened featured ones, are going... what were all your guys' rolls again?
17.
Okay, so
24.
Yeah, they all go last, but some will go before the others. All right, so Noki, it is your turn. They don't necessarily know what's going on. They don't necessarily know what the deal is, but they haven't seen any of you.
Is this considered dim light?
Yes, especially because this
The
side.
mushrooms are dying.
Yeah, the mushrooms are dying on this side. So the light is only kind of reaching like this area, and all of it's just so I would consider this dim light.
Okay, I'm gonna use my shadow step to teleport behind all of them, 60 feet.
All of them.
I don't
Oh
know.
wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So you could get anywhere in here.
I'm gonna go to the up of where you are, right there.
Right here?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So let me move you to there. All right. So you guys watch as Noki kind of just like there's a little bit of dimness, kind of just steps into it. Just nonchalantly walks into it like a door frame, and you watch as they appear on the other side, kind of just walking out of etherealness almost, that like out of the darkness itself, and just kind of nonchalantly is now over there. That's your bonus action?
Yeah, bonus action.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use... I'm just gonna Unarmed. Yeah, unarmed strike. Just punch him in the face.
All right, go ahead and roll for the attack.
That's gonna be a. I can't do math. 15.
A 15 does hit.
Awesome.
So go ahead and roll your normal punch.
6 plus 4 is 10.
6 plus 4 is 10. Okay, and because of the fact that your skin harms them, roll an extra d6 poison damage.
A d6?
Yeah.
Okay. 3 and hang on 1 second. I think. Where'd it go? Oh, okay. It just I have advantage on the first melee attacks into before you make the end of the turn.
Okay, try for a crit,
Okay.
because you never know that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
So just the 13.
So 13. So 3 was from the poison, yes? Okay. Just making sure. So okay. I'm just trying to do math here. All right. And I believe because you're a monk and you're a high enough level, I think you have extra attack. So I think you get to go. I think you get to go again. Because I think that was the thing we were having with Kay. Is that Kay was doing 2 arrows per turn. So I think you get another attack.
2 attacks per action too. Okay, then I'll do an attack with my Yukawa.
Okay. Go ahead.
9.
Yep, that's not going to hit. You watch as you go ahead and you pull your Yukawa out from your hip. And you go ahead and you... Well, why is my thing doing that? Hello? Sorry. Okay. You go ahead and you pull it out. And as you try to stab in, the Durgar just kind of grabs your wrist and kind of just squeezes it and just throws it out of the way and kind of yells in this language that you don't understand. But you deduce it was probably a swear of some kind. And so I believe that's anything, or that's everything for you, unless you want to move, because you technically have all of your movement still.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will step back towards that rock over there.
This way or this way?
Back.
That
towards
way.
that small rock. Like
Back towards the small rock. So this way.
this way.
I don't know which way that is.
Like
This-
into
this
the, like
More
towards
into
the
the
huts,
camp.
right?
Yeah. More
More
into the camp.
into the camp. Okay, so this way. How much you want to go, though?
Towards that rock in the middle.
How many feet, though?
30? I don't know. How far is away from the rock?
Do you want to go all of it? You want to get to the
No,
rock?
that's fine. I just want to get away from out.
Okay, so 5,
Just be
10,
behind them.
15, 20, 25, 30, all the way back there?
In front. Maybe just in front of the rock is good.
Okay, so right there.
Perfect.
Okay. He does take an attack of opportunity on you as you
Okay.
leave his melee range. And you all watch as he begins to kind of swing at you with an empty fist. And as he does, out from the fist is this energy blade that kind of just shoots forth from his hand and is going to try and stab you with it. And that is going to be... I can't see any of this crap because it's hard to read. All right. That's a 9. No, that is not going to hit. So you go ahead and you kind of deflect it downward with your Yukawa, kind of just blocking it. And the energy is still kind of just staying there in like this kind of point. Kind of like the Myconids that you had saw with the pointed hands. It's kind of like a pointed blade that's kind of coming out from... the arm is kind of shimmering in this kind of silvery white energy. And with that, I believe that ends your turn, which should put us at Volstagg.
Okay. I'm gonna run down. I think I have enough movement to get in about even line with the 2 pink ones there at the beginning.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get right there.
Perfect. I'm going to look at them, kind of smile, and then I'm going to cast Erupting Earth in a nice little cube. I think I can get those 2, and then that brown one.
How big is the...
It is a 20-foot cube in a range of 120 feet.
a 20-foot cube. That is going
Yes.
to be. So it's 20 like that, right? That's 1, 2. No, that's that. And then 1, 2, 3. I think that's a 20-foot cube right there, because 4 on each side, right? Because 5, 10, 15, 20. So yeah,
Yes.
and then you can move it back and do this. So yes, you can go
Okay,
ahead and get all
yes.
3 of those. Let me go ahead and make a little, and that becomes rough terrain, right?
It will, yes.
Okay, so we got that there. Okay, so what is the save for all of them?
Okay, so each creature must make a dexterity saving throw,
Okay, dexterity.
and it's a
save.
dex save of 15.
Let me go ahead and do this. So for the 2 quote unquote pink ones, dex, right? You said
Yes.
the first one rolls a 15, so that's not good. And then
No, 15.
15 is good. It's
the
barely
save,
good.
yes.
And this one rolled an 18. So that's the 2 in the front. And then the second, or the third one, which is a different looking Durgar, he rolls an 8.
Okay. So
So-
the front 2 will take half damage, and the back one will still take damage, and
Okay.
I think, but they're all still in difficult terrain.
Okay, so they're all in difficult terrain. So go ahead and roll for damage.
All right. That is 3d12. Let me find my d12.
Oh man, that's a lot. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage. Holy shit. I'm actually looking in the book for something to come in the future. Well, actually, in just a second, now that I think about
Okay,
it.
that's 19 points of damage.
19. So 19 to
19 to the brown one, 8 to both the front ones.
okay, 8 to both the front ones. Let me go ahead and do that,
Wouldn't it be 9 to both of them?
and 9 to the
Yes.
yeah, and then 19 to that one. Let me go ahead and check and see how many hit points. How much was it? 19?
Yeah.
Okay, gotta do math. Ooh, oh my god, what a chunky hit. Holy shit. Okay. Let me just make sure that I got all this going here. Okay, so you watch as Volstagg kind of just channels his energy and kind of holds onto his bear totem and throws his fist out, and these just bunch of jagged pieces kind of just start shooting up out of the air, kind of piercing through different pieces of these Durgar and kind of just shooting up into the air, piece by piece, as it's just piling on, and then they hit the ceiling and start crumbling back down, and they take even more damage as the rocks kind of begin to fall down. And after you cast the spell, you notice that your hands kind of begin to tingle almost, and they're kind of vibrating, and you look and you can see the lumen mushrooms behind you kind of growing, like glowing intensely. I need you to roll a D100 for me.
Oh no, we're gonna have another beanbag situation. Please no pyramids.
Okay, I rolled it on the thing. I got a 55.
55. Okay, let me consult. Okay.
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
55 you said.
Oh no.
Mhm.
You cast out, and your hands stop shaking, and you look around. You don't feel any different. Nothing. It felt weird for a second, and Sakuro, you look over. Noki, you look over briefly, and you can see that Volstagg kind of. You wipe your brow a little bit, and you look at your hand, and there's hair.
Like,
What?
Harry.
And you guys look, and you can see that he's like you start wiping. All your hair has fallen out.
Oh, I'm bald.
Your eyebrows gone. Your hair gone. All your hair is gone. All of it has fallen out.
No.
Huh.
Oh no.
Throw my hood up.
Can I get a hashtag bald stag in the chat?
Bald stag. That's amazing.
Ugh.
And you cast out, and all your hair falls out.
That is so upsetting.
Plop your hood on.
No.
Yeah, just throw my hood up.
Anything else you would like to do?
I was gonna wild shape, but I don't want to be a naked animal, so no.
Oh wait, would it actually still like carry over?
You never know.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
No, I'm good for right now.
Okay. No. Oh, you used all your movement. Okay, you're good. So, Sakuro, you watch as Volstag's hair just begins to like fall out, and like everything is happening around him as he just furls his hood up out of just embarrassment and panic. What would you like to do?
As I am completely confused as to why my friend now has a lack of hair, I would like to throw 2 of my knives at the closest guy.
Okay, this one right here.
Yep.
Okay. So go ahead and make your first attack.
Would I get sneak attack on this?
You do, and because it can't see you, technically you have advantage on the attack, and so that's why you get sneak attack. So you can roll with advantage.
Well, 25 to hit is probably gonna hit, right?
Yeah, that's gonna hit for sure.
Okay. Okay, so 9 for the base attack, and then sneak attack. Ooh. 14 total.
14 total. Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a hefty
Got
hit.
Really,
You got
really
screwed
low
though.
Rolls.
You got screwed
Yeah,
though.
2-1-2 on the sneak attack.
Oh jeez. So you go ahead and you hit in, and the first one kind of pierces in the chest, and it like leaves this burning singe of energy, and as it hits this Duragar, that is a female Duragar, there is a smirk of somewhat recognition in the hit itself, and it kind of looks up at you and begins to just, you can see this dead look in her eyes as she stares at you, but she's still up, she's still kicking.
Seeing this, I'm going to back off behind the rock wall Stag was hiding behind, and bonus action
5,
hide.
10, 15, 20. All right, bonus action
Yep,
hide. Go
and-
ahead and roll for
yeah.
stealth with a plus 10, because erupting earth isn't concentration, right? true?
No.
Okay, and you didn't take any damage, so yeah, go ahead and roll stealth with a plus 10.
36.
36. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, so that's the end of your turn. So, the first one, which is this one right here that got attacked already, and it's rough terrain, right?
Yep.
Okay, so go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 right here, and is going to take a shot at Volstagg with his crossbow.
Oh no.
So, here we go.
He's gone.
He's gone?
He's gone.
Oh shit, I didn't know he was gone. Okay, it's fine though. He's never gonna know.
He turned into a gaming chair.
He's never gonna know. Alright, here
He
we
lost
go.
his hair and ran away.
That's... it's a 10, it's not gonna hit.
Yeah, no, doesn't hit.
So... That is... That I think is going to be that one's move and its attack. Then this one, 5, 10, right here. Actually, 15 will go here. Is going to make an attack on you with its war pick. Kind of rusted over. It doesn't look too hot. And it looks like it'll cause some infections, but is going after Noki. So here we go. That's a fucking 8. I hate my life. So that does nothing. The other one is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20 to pincer you and get flanking. So it has advantage on its war pick attack because I can't hit, so I have to give myself advantage because I suck. That's another 8, but it's advantage. Okay, that's much better. That's a dirty 20.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay. So, what this is going to do is not that crazy, but, whatever. Bada bing, bada boom. It is, 10 points of piercing damage as it just kind of hits into your shoulder blade and kind of tears this chunk out. And it just, it stings, and it already feels like it's infected. And that is going to be it for those ones' turns, because those are all the brown ones. Now it is the pinker ones with the sharper features. This one is going to go right up to Noki.
Oh boy, 3v1.
And is going to, let's see, what is he going to do? I want to have fun with these ones, because these ones are fun.
Oh, great.
All right. He goes ahead, and with his bonus action is going to hold his hand out to you and utter this very deep incantation, and you watch as this kind of black energy begins to crawl up your body as you have been hunter's marked. And what that means is now weapon attacks will deal 1d6 additional damage. So, with that has been used, and is going to, with his energy blade, going to try and cut you up.
Great.
So, that is a... I'm gonna lose my shit. That's a 9! So no, he does not do that. I lied to you. Very much so. Okay, but what is going to happen is these two are going to go ahead and use 5-10, 5-10, and then 15, 20, and then this is 15, 20, 25, 30 to pincer Volstagg. So they have advantage on their attacks, and let's see, what do I want to do? Because this is going to be fun. Sorry, I'm just trying to have fun, but I know it's going to miss anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Hey, you've got advantage.
That's true. Let's see, what do I want to do? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, one is going to stomp his foot on the ground, and you watch as a familiar sight, he enlarges himself and is now, is it one size heavier? Yeah, large. So let me go ahead and make this one a little bit, nope, I'm doing this all wrong. Technical difficulties is the first time, sorry guys. Okay, here we go. So now it's that big. And still flanking you. And that is his is that his action? I think that's his action because it's casting a spell technically. 1 minute magically save it though. Yeah, okay. So that one does that, but the other one is going to formulate her own energy blade, and hers seems to look like a spear that kind of just shoots out from her arm, and then she kind of stabs it into your chest. That is going to be at advantage. That is... Okay, please. That's a 16 to hit?
That is my armor class.
Okay, so that works, right? If it ties, I hit. I haven't played D&D in a while, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, but...
All right. And this one is not enlarged. So, you take 7 points of force damage, and because it has advantage on the attack, it deals an extra d6 force damage. So you take another 3 on top of the damage that I just said.
Another what?
Another 3.
Okay, so 10 damage?
10 damage of force damage, and I would like you to make a Constitution saving throw for concentration, if you could. So, and you just have to beat a 10.
Yeah, I got a 4.
Oh. Pass without a trace drops. Well, I think Noki left the range already, so Noki hasn't had it. But Sakuro, you no longer have pass without a trace. You feel it leave your body. And that is, I believe, all of them have gone. Which that means it is now Noki, who is in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah. So, I think I'm gonna make I don't know how I can make an attack and it's only when I move they get an attack of opportunity on me, right?
If you move out of their range, yes. But you have to
Okay.
but any teleportation would not trigger it.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a Yokowa attack against the pink one.
Okay. Go for it.
As a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. Yep.
Okay, and then I need to find my dice. There it is. Wait, the D8? Oh crap. They're so small.
Yeah, you have those tiny
Okay, that's an
dice.
8. That's at the 12.
12 damage. Did you roll the extra d6 for poison?
No. Do I get it because it's my Yokowa?
Oh no, you're right. You don't because it's
Yeah.
Yuriko. You're right. All
So
right.
just 8. And then I'm gonna do bonus action unarmed strike, and then I'm gonna use an action to disengage.
Well, you used your action to attack.
I have 2 actions.
You have 2 attacks.
2 attack actions.
action.
Gotcha. Damn it.
So-
Okay.
so
So can I use that as a bonus action?
Yeah, you can. I
And
think
then-
Step of the Wind is it disengage too? Because I think if it says disengage, that means they won't take any attacks.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead. Well, let me say this one. You stab right in the throat, and it drops dead and dies on the floor.
Awesome.
But then you still have these 2 that you can do your other punch with.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll just do. Then I won't disengage for now.
Okay.
I'm gonna do. So that was an action.
So that was your first attack of the action. So you have your second attack of the action.
Okay, I'll just do another equal attack.
Okay, go ahead and roll for it.
That's the wrong dice. That's a 13?
That does not hit. You watch
Alright.
as the one in front of you, she pulls up a shield and it just kind of scrapes downward into it, leaving this kind of indentation. It kind of looks up with you because, I mean, these are like 4 foot, 3 foot tall dwarves. Kind of just looks up at you and just gnarls at you like like a crazed animal. You just disgusting.
Ooh.
So you still have your bonus action.
I get bonus action. Unarmed strike, I guess.
Okay, go ahead and try again.
Awesome. Okay, that's a 20. Not a natural, but just a 20.
Yeah, that'll hit. Don't forget your poison damage too.
Yeah. 3, 2, 5 plus, what is it, 4? 9. So I'm gonna just like stab into the shield, kind of move out of the way, and just deck her in the face.
Okay, and that's 9. How much of it was poison?
2.
Okay. Alrighty. Whew. Okay, hefty hit. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Is that your turn?
I think that's all I have. I guess I can. That's all. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Volstagg, it is your turn.
All right. So I'm bald.
Yeah, bald stag.
Pissed off that I'm bald.
Yep.
I'm looking around. And I'm gonna cast Erupting Earth right beneath me.
Again? Okay. Fuck yeah, bro.
Yes.
I'm down with it, bro. Let's get jiggy with it. All right.
Yep.
So there.
Yep.
All right, and that gets both of them and you.
And me.
Pog play, I suppose. Let's see how it turns out.
All right.
I
so,
still think the previous area is rough terrain because I believe
it is,
you
you're
need to
right.
clear it up.
Yes.
So here, I'll just duplicate it here.
Yeah,
God,
I'm
we're
just
not gonna be
roughing
able
up
to move
this.
anyway.
All right, there you go. Yeah, you guys can't get in. You freaking leaving Noki to die out there. All right.
I got a plan.
All right.
Okay, so do you want me to do the dex saves first or
Okay,
the
so-
damage?
Let's go ahead and do the deck saves. I'll do them, and then you could do them after me. So we got one deck save is a 16.
Okay, so that'll save.
Other is so how does it work? Do you get while enlarged the Durgar's large doubles damage and make strength checks and strength saving throws. Okay, so it's just normal. So that'll be a 13.
Okay, so that one fails.
Okay.
Let's see. And I fail.
Okay.
All right, so now let me get my D12 here. Is this my D12? No, that's D9. Shit, what did I do with my D12? I have misplaced my D12.
Oh shit, that's kind of important because you need 3 of them.
I know. Let me find some more. What the hell? There it is. I'm just blind.
Yeah, and bald.
Yep. Ooh. Okay.
Interesting play, though. I mean, you get both of them.
21 points of damage
To the one that failed.
to the one that failed and myself.
Okay. Ooh, that one's on his last leg. And the other one succeeded. So how much does he take?
He will take 11 points of damage.
Okay, so he's still kicking, but that does a lot. So you all watch as Volstagg just kind of touches the ground, and just like shards of earth just begin shattering through it. Like it cuts you in all over your face. You're just bleeding. Your freshly shaven head now just has so many cuts on it, as all this earth just pierces through all 3 of you. And once again, as you touch the earth, you can feel your hands vibrate, not only from the eruption of the earth, but I need you to also roll another D100 for me.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Oh, what's gonna happen? Just
All right,
renamed all of
this
them.
you
time
can't- I mean, you can't-
it is a 65.
You can't get double balled 65, huh?
Uh-huh.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, shit. Okay. Let me read this to you. I'm going to take a screenshot just so you know I can prove it later. 65, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's about to happen?
Up to 3 creatures you choose within 30 feet of you take 4d10 lightning damage.
Okay, so
So, let's go ahead and... So, the only 3 creatures that... Well, unless you want to hit Sakuro, it's all 3 of
nope.
the Durgar that are chilling there.
yeah, let's do that.
All right, so you go ahead and you put your hands on the ground, and you feel the erupting earth. You're taking all this pain, and you're so angry. Just the combination of losing your hair, taking all this damage, you just start getting just infuriated. And you, Sakuro, because of how close you are, you watch as out from the corners of Volstagg's eyes, just lightning begin to crackle forward, and out from him just it all pulses out, all these streaks of white lightning just shooting out forth to all 3 of the creatures. So go ahead and roll what was it, 4d10? Yeah, 4d10 lightning damage as it just shoots out from him. At the moment of everything shooting out, he looks like the actual embodiment of electricity as it just shoots out these beams.
Bald lightning.
Bald lightning. That's the episode title. Bald lightning. Let's go.
Okay.
Woo! The return, baby. We've made it.
29.
29.
Oh my
They're dead.
gosh.
You
Gone.
just all that happens, and for a minute you lose consciousness. And while in that state, you just flash, and just everything just shoots out from you. Your vision goes hazy, goes white. And all you can see is a symbol, and just and before you know it, you're out of it. And when you try to think back on the symbol, you can't remember, but that's not the point, because you look up and all 3 of them are fried crisps of just dead, smoking Duragars, as they're just carcasses, and all 3 have perished.
Jesus.
Okay.
Okay.
You're still bald.
Still bald.
What would you like to do?
Okay, so I'm gonna bonus action wild shape into a giant frog.
Okay. You go ahead and you bonus action shape into a wild frog, or wild shape into a giant frog.
All right, and then I'm going to use the standing leap movement to jump 20 feet,
Mm-hmm.
just
Okay.
to try and advance towards Noki.
5, 10, 15, 20. All right. I like the tactic you've been using lately. Erupting earth and then just jump over that shit.
Yeah.
All right. You're still in this though, but
Right.
that's your leap. Anything
Yeah,
else
and
you'd
I
like to do?
don't. So that took 20 of my movement, so I can move 5 more feet up, technically, right?
But you're in
I
terrain,
have-
so it takes up half your movement. So technically, you
Well,
wouldn't
so
be
I
able
have
to...
10. I have 10 movement left.
Oh
after
yeah.
the 20.
So yeah, you can
Okay,
move
so I
5
can
wherever you
move-
want.
yeah, just kind of move 5 more up.
Okay. Right there.
Yep.
Okay.
And then that'll be it.
Okay. I believe that's Sakado, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Sakado, you just fucking watched as Volstagg became the embodiment of lightning out of nowhere after losing his head, or not his head, after losing his hair, and just it even like blinded you had to turn away. And when you looked back, everything was charred. All of a sudden, he's a frog. You don't know what happened.
Well, then, this is interesting battle so far. Can I climb on top of the rocks, or are they like pillars?
No, they're big enough, especially with erupting. Well, this one with the erupting earth is to pieces. But if you wanted to, I'd let you get on top of it.
Okay, right. How much is the range on my daggers?
I think it's 60.
60 feet. Okay.
Okay.
So-
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 60.
You skipped.
Okay.
Did I skip one?
I can.
You went 45 to 60.
Did I? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. You're right. You can't hit
Yeah.
them.
Oh. Okay. Well, pummel it with these daggers.
All right.
Would I get sneak attack on this?
No, because you popped out before attacking. I think. Well, no. Oh, yeah, because it's engaged
It
with
won't
Noki.
see me.
It's
yeah.
engaged.
It's engaged
It
with
won't
Noki.
see me.
So
Okay,
you have advantage because it's engaged with it. Or you don't have advantage, but you get sneak attack. I
Okay.
believe.
Yeah, because I'm not flanking.
Yeah,
it.
because you're not flanking
Although,
it. Yeah.
And I don't have pack tactics. Okay.
Yeah, Volstagg gets
Don't need it. Natural 20.
Ooh! And sneak attack. Okay, everybody's
Oh.
favorite game. I love when this segment. Welcome to How Much Damage Does the Rogue Do on a Crit? All right.
Given my damage rolls, probably it's not that much.
I need to know.
Ooh.
I need to
14
know.
with the blade.
And that's... Oh, but that is already doubled. Okay. And then sneak attack's doubled. 66.
66.
Oof.
18. And that was low rolls.
So 18 plus 14, which is...
Which would be 32.
32. Psh, goner.
With one blade.
Absolutely eviscerated.
That's
It
crazy.
stabs through the chest, and Noki, you can see as it pierces through the chest and then disappears, but there's no cut. There's no hole in the chest where the knife was. It just disappeared into smoke.
That's kill number 20. Right, okay. So that thing...
You're keeping track?
Only 20? Yes,
yeah.
he keeps track. Only 20 at this
He
point?
does.
I feel like it's
Do I
more
get
than
like a
that.
special reward for a triple kill? Because
Yeah, that was crazy.
I mean, you definitely need to write triple kill underneath
Yeah.
the
like
three
in Halo.
The
Bald lightning does triple kill.
triple kill. Bald
Right,
lightning.
keep an advanced stats.
Paul, but
Ball
God
stack,
damn it.
12 kills, 1 triple kill.
All right, let's see. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Yep, you can hit him too.
Well, guess we'll go with that then. Actually, yeah, no, I'll still throw the knife.
Damn, that thing goes far. That's a distance.
It is.
You just send it out forward, just whoosh, it just sears through the sky. So go ahead and
Might be a little too far for me. That's an 11.
Ooh.
you could use side bolstered knack if you wish, because I know we all forget about it.
Skill or tool with which you have.
He never has to use it.
I don't think. Yeah. Wait, actually, does it even work for that?
I don't think so, because it's a weapon, not a tool I'm using.
You're right. I think we've discussed this as to why you've never used it like that before.
I think I used it once and then we haven't again.
I think you used it in the high
Because
disc
we
tournament.
realized. Yeah, but I was using
Yeah.
a skill then. I did use it with a knife once.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm
and
gonna
then that
allow
was
it because I think it's cool. But if you want to do it, go.
That happens later on.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then, never mind. We'll wait until that happens in the future.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Is there anything I could do then? Because I've thrown the knife, it's missed.
You've used both your action and bonus action. You have movement. I mean, I would say you used maybe 5 to climb up.
Well. Right, okay. How does long jump work again?
You would need a running start.
Do you think I could get a running start and jump diagonally across that through the gate?
Ooh.
Can
Maybe.
you climb the fence?
Or you could climb the fence. Yeah, that too.
Or we could climb the fence, that would make sense.
I was like,
Okay.
you're a rogue.
Yeah, so 5, 10, 15. Go ahead and make an athletics or acrobatics check, your choice.
I'll go with acrobatics with a plus 11.
Yeah, I think you would.
17.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll use up, though, maybe 10 feet of your movement, and now you're on the other side. So you would use 5, 10, 15, 25, so you have 10 more, because you're a wood elf.
I'll just keep running
Boom, boom.
directly towards it. Yep.
All right, that's your turn. That leaves this last poor son of a bitch, who is going to attempt to once again hit you with a javelin. So, whop. Oh yeah, that's good. That's a 22 to hit. Yeah, I get to do a little bit before you guys eviscerate my
Is it
combat.
imminent death?
Oh god, that is disgusting. That's 12 points of damage as it kind of hits you in your torso and just kind of rips out a chunk. This is the first time you guys are seeing this. Noki is not like bleeding. It's just kind of ripping out pieces of their flesh. But it's not bleeding. There's no blood coming from the organs.
Yeah, Sakado's used to no blood.
That's true. That's very true. And that's that poor guy's turn. Noki, it's your turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit him twice with the Yikawa and then bonus action kill him, hopefully.
Yeah, no, that's a good choice.
I think he's probably gonna...
Okay, that's a natural 17.
Yeah,
So,
that's gonna
I'm
hit.
assuming?
That's gonna hit. Yeah.
Okay. And then the next one is an 11 plus 7 is 18.
Jesus. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then
Yep. Mm-hmm.
my unarmed strike is a 19. So.
Seal his fate. Like,
Okay.
just seal it. Like,
So that's
this
a
guy,
2
he's eviscerated.
plus
He's
5.
Tell me how you kill him, please, because he's gone
8.
from this universe.
I did 6 points of poison damage. Plus 8. That's 14?
Yeah.
Not a lot, but does that get him?
Oh. You just handed him his fate on a
Okay.
silver platter.
I slash through his side with the Ikowa, and then back the other way with the Ikowa, and then in the wound, strike him.
Oh, God.
And I want to, like, with the poison, kind of, like, go through him.
Yeah, it just like starts melting away, and just the dripping, and like the skin begins to like it's like bubbling and like creating these gross boils, just due to the reaction. You pull out, and the body just flops on its knees and just downwards.
Shake off the skin and organs or whatever residue is left on my hand.
And as the dust settles, the bodies all over the floor, crisped, fried up, burnt, melting, what have you, this absolute just slaughter that had occurred here. That's where we're going to end it. And we will pick up next week because we're finally back on schedule. Everything's good to go. Go check out everybody's channels. Annabelle doesn't have a channel,
Don't
but
have what?
go check out everybody's channels. Torchic streams on occasion, puts out some cool RPG-like content. We need to get back on what's that game
We
called?
do. It's
Soul Link?
For the king?
Oh, Soul Link.
King?
Yes, we need to get back to Soul Link at some point.
Been nearly
But
a year.
with the king,
For the king.
got to do that.
King.
Bryce is doing all things D&D related. He's got mini paintings. He's got mini openings. We got Monster Corner. Go check out the most recent episode of the Monster
yeah.
Corner.
That is live.
Doing some good stuff. He's got a one-shot coming up, which we're actually doing tomorrow. Ha ha
We
ha.
are.
Go check that out when it comes out. It's gonna be a good time. Torchic's probably gonna beat my ass. So
I'm beating everyone's.
anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. Much love to all you out there. We hope you guys are staying safe. We love you very much. Enjoy your squirt sticks. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.